The predisposition that rock stars do not make good students is completely false. With the case of Brian May, who was the lead guitarist for Queen for over 40 years, has a PhD in astrophysics. Also, he's the Command of Order for the British Empire for his services to music. As a fan of Queen, and through much research on Brian May, I have established much credibility to give him the Lifetime of Greatness Award. One thing about him that we should know is his roots and what made him the man he is today. And two, we should talk about his legacy on what he's left for the world of music and for the world of physics. And there we're going to talk about the Lifetime of Greatness Award itself. In 1947, Brian May was born in London, England, and his love for music started when he and his dad built a guitar from scratch. And a fun fact is that he still uses that guitar today in live concerts. And with physics, on his 8th birthday, he got a gift from his dad, which was a telescope which he can look out into the stars. And through this, he discovered his passion of science. In 1970, he enrolled at the Imperial College in London, England, with studying physics. In 1971, he and his friend Roger Taylor created a band called Smile. While that band did not go anywhere other than local areas, they ended up disbanding. And he met up with a guy named Freddie Mercury, who had an incredible voice, and they formed a band called Queen, who toured the world for the next 40 years. Some of their greatest hits are We Will Rock You, and within that hit, Brian May was able to use his astrophysics knowledge of sound waves to make the sound a lot better and a lot clearer. In 2001, Brian May and Queen was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, with a lot of #1 hits such as We Will Rock You, Bohemian Rhapsody, and We Are the Champions. In 2008, he went back to school and got his doctorate degree in astrophysics, and now is working with NASA and the Pluto New Horizons probe mission. His legacy is that he was able to reach millions with his time as a musician. And in 1991, after Freddie Mercury's death, he and Roger Taylor, the drummer, were able to perform live with the help of other musicians, just continuing to influence and make music. He also authored many books on astrophysics while touring and recording music. In his books, he was able to develop new knowledge and new information on the matter of space clouds, which is his passion. Personally, you can describe Brian May as an introvert because he seems relatively quiet and pretty polite. But once you get to know him and you start talking about his fields of interest, he becomes an extrovert, on such topics as music and physics. Why would you consider him a legend? Well, he's in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame with multiple #1 hits and 3 or 4 platinum albums, and he has a PhD in astrophysics. Now, with the award of the Lifetime of Greatness, a person has to influence other people based on their work spanning over their career and continue to influence after stepping away from what they do. Past recipients of the award can be John F. Kennedy, John Carson, and even Albert Einstein. Brian May deserves this award because of Queen and his 40 years of contribution to science. One fun fact is that with his creativity, Brian May he never played with a pick with his guitar. He always used a coin, which created a distinct sound that only he can use. And with his music, he was able to use his analytic side with physics and incorporate that into a free-flowing music style that he played with. And throughout Brian May's life, he was able to contribute to millions through his music and through the scientific community for 40 years. His impact will be one of politeness and humility. His music was the foundation of the ensuing generation to follow, creating timeless masterpieces.